Hey, what's going on? Eric the Hedgehog here, and welcome back to a brand new movie review. Today I will be reviewing the film Sonic the Hedgehog 2, a brand new movie about our favorite video game character, starring Jim Carrey, kind of the biggest name there. Idris Elba plays Knuckles. So let's get into the review. There will be a few minor spoilers, nothing too big. And anything big that I talk about at the end will have a spoiler warning beforehand. So let's hop into the movie review. First, let's talk about the plot. The movie pretty much focuses on Jim Carrey's Eggman returning from an isolated alien world from another planet back to Earth. Sonic is joined by Tails with a new enemy, Knuckles. One really strong point about the plot that I liked is they really limited their human characters. A lot of these movies where animated characters get brought into the real world, they really lean on human characters a lot, which the first Sonic movie did quite a bit. But in this one, they mainly eliminated that, which is nice. The story is mostly about trying to find the Master Emerald and a race for the Master Emerald. Pretty basic Sonic plot, but what I do like is it takes elements from Sonic 2 and Sonic 3, and that sort of is a blueprint for this movie. It doesn't follow it like super closely, and there's definitely a lot of leeway for the film. Next, let's get into the dialogue. I thought the dialogue was a little spotty throughout the whole film, to be honest. A lot of parts just weren't delivered that great. I thought Jim Carrey turned in his parts super well, but Sonic and his male friend, his dad, I guess, especially at the start of the movie, did not really go over too well. The jokes were very corny, goofy, but as the film progressed, I thought the film started getting a little bit of a rhythm. The jokes, I feel like, became a little bit more for everyone. At the start, the jokes are definitely made for very young kids, which is fine, but not a lot of them were even laughing. And the theater was kind of packed with young kids, to be honest. And they just started laughing at some of the later jokes. So I kind of feel like that's an indication that the film came to a little bit of a slow start, unfortunately. And, speaking of slow starts, let's talk about the action here. Again, the movie starts out with kind of a weak action scene, in my opinion, and I feel like throughout the film, Sonic has a lot of opportunities to use his super speed. I feel like that's kind of a main draw to see a Sonic film, but you really see him underutilize it a lot unless it's like a big action piece, which is a little bit unfortunate. In terms of Robotnik's droids, most of the times they're pretty much the same robot from various scenes. There's several scenes, maybe 4 or 5, where Robotnik's using robots, and they're pretty much the same robot. There's not really a lot of diversity with them, which is a little bit unfortunate. Towards the end, which I'm not spoiling anything, but up until like the very end, there's nothing until the very, very last scene, which is a bit unfortunate because Eggman was always someone who I felt like employed a wide variety of robots all the time, but that's totally fine. The action scene, I thought were actually really well done between Sonic and Knuckles. Those are definitely the highlights of the film. Again, I thought it was very referential to a lot of earlier Sonic games, even Sonic X. I've seen some people make some comparisons, which is really cool. I myself, I played Sonic Mega Collection, Sonic Adventure 1, 2, the Saturday AM cartoon. So there's a lot of Sonic love with me. Haven't kept a lot. I played Sonic Mania, not to get too far off track. But again, I think Sonic's a really fun character, and I think they tried to make that come to life as well as possible here. While I do think a lot of the action scenes were pretty good, I thought a lot of the CGI was pretty below standard at times. When they really needed to push it, they did a good job, but for a lot of the scenes where not a lot's happening, unfortunately, I think the CGI does start to wane a little bit. I think this is like a film where you could take a lot of freeze frames, like people did with No Way Home, and be like, oh, look how bad the CGI is. I think that'll definitely be something that happens, unfortunately. We already talked about the humor a little bit, but with the dialogue, but I thought for the most part it didn't land, and I thought in a lot of ways it got to be pretty inconsistent, which is unfortunate. I felt like they had trouble identifying their audience at times. Sometimes they're making jokes like Limp Bizkit jokes, or sometimes they had issues trying to characterize their characters. As for the music, I thought a lot of it was pretty forgettable. I thought the Kid Cudi song that they made for the movie, though, I think that's really good, and I think it fits the Sonic theme exceptionally well, which I think is overall a very good thing. So now let's talk a little bit about the spoilers of the film. I thought, the Knuckles twist was really good. I thought the gun inclusion was really cool. The agency gun, GUN. I thought that was really awesome because that was from the games as well. He had a huge presence in Shadow the Hedgehog and the Adventure series. So it was really cool how they sort of, in my opinion, foreshadowed Shadow, which is really cool. I mean, who can't be excited to see Shadow? I thought the death robot egg was really cool. It sounds goofy because, Jim Carrey's pretty much like Thanos with the Infinity Gauntlet levels, but decides to make a giant egg robot. I think that fits his character perfectly. Not the character of like Eggman itself, but Jim Carrey Eggman, just down to a T. I thought that was really cool. I thought the supersonic thing might have been just a little bit rushed. I really would have wanted to see a little bit more of that. I kind of wish it wasn't on a timer, but that's really ultimately nitpick. Same with, the emeralds being so tiny, or the emeralds being a part of the Master Emerald. But overall, I can let that slide. With the action and a lot of the fun and the heart of the movie, I thought that was all really good. Unfortunately, the movie has a very slow start, and it kind of, when it feels like it's just starting to break it, it goes back to being kind of slow and a little bit of a drag again. And then when it starts to take off, it really takes off, which is good. But because of that slow, third of the film, I really feel like it hurts its rewatchability for me. Also, I feel like a lot of the humor and the dialogue, it really just wasn't hitting for me as often as I would have liked. But overall, very pleasant movie. I think it really helps a lot if you are a Sonic fan. If you enjoyed the last one, I think you'll have no issues getting to this one, because overall I did think it was better. I think, with the inclusion of Tails and Knuckles especially, I feel like it sort of rounds out the Sonic to human ratio a lot better. Sonic character to human ratio, and Jim Carrey's a lot of fun in this role. So overall, I would give Sonic 2 7 out of 10. Thanks for watching, everybody, and I will see you guys later. For more movie reviews, subscribe to The Eric Barber on YouTube. Peace out, everybody.